Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you a very heavily requested YouTube video. Now, this is something that I've talked about on Twitch quite a bit. Daylate and others have asked me, what games do I actually own when people say pick a game for me to play on Twitch? Now, for those of you guys that are wondering, I put this as a 100,000 channel point milestone. It used to be 10,000 until I realized how easy it was to obtain 10,000 channel points within a couple weeks. And the fact that this is not my full-time job anymore, I have my own full-time job at Home Depot, I upped it to 100,000 points to restrict who can actually pick a game for me to play. So this is going to be covering 5 different platforms altogether. We're going to be grouping Battle.net, Epic Games, and Steam as separate platforms, as well as Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 and 5. Now, I do have a PlayStation Vita, I do have a 3DS, and there are obviously subdivisions of platforms via Steam emulation as well as Nintendo Switch Online has their own platform, some of which I am not paying for currently because I can't justify paying $40 for Nintendo 64 Online. I can't justify it for Game Boy Advance or Sega Genesis. Changed my mind. I really wish you could see the games available if you don't have a subscription. So capping off the 240 plus games I have on Steam, we have Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition, Batman Arkham City Game of the Year Edition, Batman Arkham Origins Batman Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition, Castlevania Lords of Shadow Ultimate Edition, Friday the 13th the Game, Hades, Marvel's Avenger, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Middle-earth Shadow of War, Monster Hunter Rise, which I have played quite a bit on 3 various platforms, Monster Hunter World, Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics, BlazBlue Central Fiction, the Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, Dead or Alive 6, Double Dragon 4, Double Dragon Neon, Double Dragon Trilogy, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Mark for Death, Guilty Gear Strive, both Injustice 1 and 2, Killer Instinct, King of Fighters 13, 14, and 15, all of which are available. We also have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which I know is not a very popular game, Mortal Kombat 11, which is a popular game. PC has to play with PC on King of the Hill, which is annoying, which is why I still have my PlayStation 4 version of Mortal Kombat 11. We also have the Mortal Kombat Collection. This was 1, 2, and 3. We also have the Mortal Kombat 9 Complete Edition, which was the reboot from NetherRealm Games, which I think was very successful. This was the first title that was released from NetherRealm Studios, which used to be Midway Games. We also have Mortal Kombat X, which I do have on Xbox. River City Girls, River City Ransom Underground, which can be played by up to 4 people. We got the Skullgirls Second Encore, which I also own on Nintendo Switch. We got Soul Calibur 6, which for some reason is out of sync. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, Steam Cloud also out of sync. We got Street Fighter 5. We got Street Fighter Cross Tekken. We got Streets of Rage 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which does support cross-platform with various systems, which I do need to play a little bit more with Vince and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Tekken 7. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which somehow the Steam Cloud again out of date. We got Street Fighter 4. I'm not going to classify the junk and MacBook Pro friendly because these could be on other platforms as well. We also have Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which I do want to play on my own at some point. We got the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. We got Mega Man 11, which I really do need to sit down and play. We got the Mega Man Legacy Collection and the Legacy Collection 2. There is a Mega Man X Legacy Collection, which I do not have yet. Baldur's Gate 3, I fully plan on playing as soon as the full game goes live, because you can play for early access. I don't want to do that because I don't want to play a game where you're going to get wiped. I also own Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, which I haven't really played. Bravely Default 2, great game. I haven't played it on Steam yet, but I have played it a lot on the Nintendo Switch. Also, Chrono Trigger, Dark Souls 2, 3, and 1, all of them. Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon 2 is supposed to be coming out in May. DC Universe Online, I do have on various platforms besides PC. I also have Disgaea 1, 2, 4, and 5. 3 is not available except on PlayStation and PlayStation Vita. I do have the PlayStation Plus Premium, so that does open up the games that we can play. We also have Divine Divinity, Divinity Original Sin 2, which I love playing with Vince. And also, you can cross-platform it on iPad and Steam, which I still have not actually bought the game on iPad, but the fact that they're actually doing this sort of support, one day I will buy it. Also, the classic Divinity Original Sin and the Enhanced Edition. I also have all the Dragon Age games, 1, 2, and Inquisition. Origins was a classic. I haven't really played it yet because none of them are supported on the Steam Deck. Dragon Quest XI, which is a great game I want to get back into at some point. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, Dungeon Lord Steam Edition, which I haven't really played yet. Dungeon Siege 1, 2, and 3. I heard 1 and 2 you actually have to do some tinkering to get to work on Steam, but I was able to do that. Also, the super popular Elden Ring, which you can see I have 131 hours in. Only a handful of games I actually have more time in. I got all the Elder Scrolls games. Arena and Daggerfall are actually free from Bethesda, so you can actually just go there and get them yourself. Morrowind, I think you do have to pay a few dollars for. Then there's Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Online, which they run constant deals for, and I do have that on various platforms as well. And I did not upgrade to the Anniversary Edition of Skyrim, although I probably will do that eventually. And I literally have all of the Final Fantasy games. 1, 2, 3, the remake, 4 that got remaked. After Years, I also own 5. 5 also got remade. 6 got remade. 7, although I don't have the latest remake integrated, but I do have it on PlayStation. Final Fantasy 8 also got remastered, although I don't know why there's an original 8. Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 13, 13-2. I also have Final Fantasy 15. I do have 14 as well. And somewhere buried in the archives, I still have Final Fantasy 11. Final Fantasy 10, 10-2 HD Remaster. Grim Dawn, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, which is a great game that I actually need to play around with. And supposedly they're still supporting the game with the new THQ Nordic instead of being owned by EA, so great to hear that. They're adding stuff to the game. Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dust. I really like that series on the Vita, so I bought the game, haven't played it yet. Last Epoch, I know that Napa wanted me to get at some point, and supposedly there is going to be multiplayer in the game, which might add to the replay value considerably. There's The Legend of Grimrock, Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I really want to get the rest of the Trails games because I've heard great things about them. Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, as you guys see. We got Lost Ark, which I did play quite a bit early on, but then found the game just be boring before I even got to max level. Marvel's Midnight Suns, I played 2 sessions, have not actually bought the DLC. I did get this for free on PC. Meridian 59 was a classic back in the 90s, early 2000s. It's cool to see that they're actually supporting updates, so I'm really happy to see that. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Think of it like a turn-based Monster Hunter. This game is actually really good, and you can co-op with somebody else. Nobody else actually owns the game on Steam, unfortunately, but I do have a couple friends that have it on the Switch. Seven, Vince, and Savage Wolf had it at one point. Neverwinter, haven't really played it. Ni no Kuni 2, I think I got for like $10, including Wrath of the White Witch, so great deals on those games. Do need to dive into those. Octopath Traveler, I started building time. I played this a lot more on Switch, and I'm still debating if I'm going to get Octopath Traveler 2 on Switch or on Steam. Obviously, the Switch has a much better battery life than the Steam Deck, but it's great to be able to take your Steam library with you. And either one, I could play at work. It's not a big deal where I get it from. Path of Exile, classic game. I wish they had cross-platform support. I think that would add to the replay value. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. This is a game that I actually do want to play more with Vince in the future, just because it's his game. I love Vince as a person. He's one of my best friends, if not my best friend. I feel like I need to play this more with him. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, I bought for like $10. I unfortunately haven't had a chance to really play it yet, but I will get there eventually. Sacred Gold, I love the Sacred series. I need to get Sacred 2 and 3 at some point. Scarlet Nexus, great game. I only played for a couple of minutes. Vince played it on Xbox. Got both of the South Park games. I got Star Wars The Old Republic. I got Stranger of Sword City, which I just bought. Haven't had a chance to really play it yet, but I heard good things about it. Tales of Arise is a great game that I haven't had a chance to check out. I got this really cheap. Tales of Berseria, Tales of Symphonia, also haven't had a chance to play them. Tales of Vesperia. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. This is a game I do want to play with people, as Vince and Shipman both have the game. So I wouldn't mind doing a Vince and Shono show with them. Also, I have all 3 Torchlights. I'm a huge fan of that series. Nobody actually has Torchlight 3. However, a lot of people have Torchlight 2 and a couple of the first Torchlight. Triangle Strategy, great game. I also own the game on Nintendo Switch. Played it for about 6 hours. I do want to get more time into it. Same thing with Various Day Life. Got all 3 Witcher games. I did play Witcher 3 a little bit, not a whole lot, but with the remaster that they've done, I really want to check it out. Wizardry 6, 7, and 8. I used to love those games. Wizardry Labyrinth of the Lost Souls, I did get a couple sessions in while I was at work. And Wizardry 5 Ordeals, I created some characters, but I haven't actually played the game. Wizrogue Labyrinth of Wizardry, I heard was a pay-to-win gacha game at one point, but they took all those elements out, and then they took the online off after a year. World of Final Fantasy, I did enjoy the game on PlayStation 4, so I got the game cheap on PC. I also got a bunch of the Wise games. I do want to complete my collection, as I only have 6 of them currently, and I don't have Wise 9 yet. Now, Back 4 Blood is one of my favorite games. I've amassed more playtime on PlayStation 4 than 11.8 hours. Battlefield 1 I got for like $5. Borderlands 2, a lot of people, as you can see, 17 of my friends. This is probably the most populated game out of all of my friends that have it. And Borderlands 3, 7 people have currently played it. So you can tell Borderlands 2 is just an absolute classic. And the fact that it's still being supported this day, pretty sweet. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, unfortunately, hasn't gotten the same love that 2 and 3 have gotten. And pre-sequel actually has gotten a little bit more, probably because 2 and pre-sequel usually get bundled in. Contra Anniversary Collection is a cool game. I haven't really played it yet, mostly because this is a game that's more fun with friends. Cyberpunk 2077 I got for half off. Haven't actually really sat down and played it yet, but I hear that this is the game that can screw with your graphics cards the most if you set RTX on and try to play in 4K. Haven't tested it out. DayZ was a game I got a long time ago. As you can see, last played 2014. I used to play it with Kyle Engelhart. Dead Island Definitive Edition and Riptide with all DLC I recently got. If friends do want to pick this up and play it, I might play it with you. Dead Rising 4, none of my friends have. I think this was gifted to me by Brandon Altimore. Also got Destiny 2, which I have amassed a lot of time in, as has my buddy Joshua14, who makes some really good Surface Pro videos. We also have Doom, the original Doom from '93. Basically got all the Doom games, including my favorite, Doom Eternal. We also have Duke Nukem Forever, Dying Light, which has an update on my laptop. We got Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout Tactics. I'm going to sit down and play more of them. I did do a stream of New Vegas a few months ago, and I want to do more eventually. Tune into that to see some Fallout streams in the very near future. We also have Final Doom, we have Heretic and Hexen, which were classic games in the early 2000s. Also Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, and actually Left 4 Dead 2 has 26 of my friends that play it, which actually trumps Borderlands 2. So if you want to get the popularity of a game and also the fact that very heavily widespread acclaim, that game and Borderlands 2 are definitely classics. Mafia, I think they gave free, and actually only one person picked up on that. Very surprised. Mass Effect Andromeda Deluxe Edition I paid like $7 for. Mass Effect Legendary Edition I've seen really cheap. And if I didn't already get the game on PlayStation Plus, I would have had it there as well. Got Quake, Quake Champions, Quake 2, Quake 3 Arena, Team Arena, Quake 4, Quake Live. Also great shooters. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands I've actually started playing with Vince. So I think none of my friends actually have it on Steam, although there are people that want to get it. Titanfall 2 I paid like $5 for. Warframe is another classic game that a lot of people played, and actually 17 Friends is tied right up there with Borderlands. Wolfenstein Youngblood used to be in my Bethesda library. I also have Fire Pro Wrestling World, which only a couple people own. NBA 2K Playgrounds, nobody owns that on PC. And I wouldn't be surprised if that game eventually shuts down. I hope it doesn't. NBA 2K18 I paid like $10 for. I really don't play sports games because I don't have people that I play with. Retromania Wrestling. If a Noobsy wants to play this one day, I'd be down with that. Cool that they're somewhat updating the game as well. Rocket League, heavily popular game, free to play. Not as popular as Borderlands or Left 4 Dead 2 or even Warframe. And WWE 2K Battlegrounds definitely was a flop. I wouldn't mind revisiting that at some point just for nostalgia. Maybe when I play with Jeremy one day. And I have every single WWE game that is available on Steam. I had to go to a third-party website to get 2K17, but I do own that game as well. 2K18 I put 12 hours in. 2K19 168 hours. I think this is the game that I actually have the most playtime in. And 2K22 I'm at 87.1 hours. So you can kind of see that 2K19, in my opinion, was the holy grail of wrestling games. 2K22 came close, but I just feel it missed the mark a little bit. Also, I played Dota 2 mostly for Napa. I don't play it anymore. Don't ask me to play that game. Dungeon Defenders, however, I would love to play with people. Also, Dungeon Defenders Awakened. Surprisingly, nobody has that game. And Dungeon Defenders 2, only a couple people have it, but they're still supporting the game, which I really like. And the fact that it's free to play, I would love to play Dungeon Defenders with people. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a classic, and I had to support it because that was one of my favorite Heroes of Might and Magic of all time. And I do have Might and Magic Heroes 7, which I think online is not supported anymore. Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year was a classic. I paid like $2 for it. Puzzle Quest 2 and 3. Nobody's played these games. However, I really like the game. It's a good puzzle game, and if I had people to play with, that would be even better. If I did a stream, I could even get more interest. Civilization 6, me and Jeremy Cunnings have talked about playing at some point. Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga, I haven't had a chance to sit down and play. I really liked it, so I will have to play it at some point. Tactics Ogre Reborn is also a great game. I can't wait to play it some more. Tetris Effect Connected, I'd also like to play this with other people as well. And it's cool to see that they're supporting with little events here and there. I also downloaded a few demos. Dark and Darker, Darkest Dungeon 2, Octopath Traveler 2, and Wandering Sword. I want to try out all of these games, and that'll cover the Steam side of things. So now we're going to show you Battle.net, then I'm going to show you Epic Games. I'm going to hop on my PlayStation and then my Nintendo Switch, and we're going to wrap this up. Alright, so Diablo 4, I will be picking up within the next 4 weeks, as I do want to get Octopath Traveler 2 and WWE 2K23 first. Diablo 3, absolute classic. Diablo 2, absolute classic, as well as Diablo Immortal. Hearthstone is a card game I have wanted to get back into at some point. I just never got around to it. I used to love playing StarCraft 1 and 2. It's just a bummer I really don't have anybody to play with. I used to play with a few people, so if you play StarCraft, let me know. Maybe we'll hook up with some games. And World of Warcraft, I have not bought the most recent expansion, Dragonflight. Overwatch 2 obviously is free. I also have Heroes of the Storm. I did have the Call of Duty that had like the open world battle royale, but I don't see it on this list anymore. Alright, so finally we're going to check out the Epic Games stuff. So here you can see all the games that I have on Epic Games. Usually I get all the free-to-play ones. So basically they give a bunch of games out for free. You can see I have Ark Survival Evolved. I have Amnesia Rebirth, Bioshock 2 Remastered, Bioshock Infinite, Bioshock Remastered, Blair Witch, City of Brass, Control, Costume Quest 1 and 2, Christ Tales, Darksiders 2, Darksiders War Master, Darkwood, Dishonored Definitive Edition, Enter the Gungeon, Epistory, Typing Chronicles, Xmas, Seize the Frontier, The Frontline, Feria, Football Manager, and a lot of these games I don't even play, I just have them. Fortnite, which obviously a ton of people play that. Galactic Civilizations 3, Ghostbusters, the video game, Grand Theft Auto 5, which is a super popular game. Hue, Insurmountable, Into the Breach, Jotun Valhalla Edition, Just Cause 4, which is a great game. Kerbal Space Program, Killing Floor 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is supposed to be a pretty good strategy game. Knockout City, Lawn Mowing Simulator, Layers of Fear 2, Lego Batman 2, DC Superheroes, Lego Batman 3, Lego Batman the video game, Lifeless Planet, Premier Edition, Magic the Gathering Arena, which I do play with Chris and B-Money, Man-Eater Metro 2033 Redo, Abduction, Off-World Trading Company, Overcooked, Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Plus Edition, Pathway, PSO2, which I will not play on Epic Games, Pinball FX, Prey, Rayman Legends, Rebel Galaxy, Redoubt Enhanced Edition, Remnant from the Ashes, Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is definitely a great benchmarking game. Riverbound, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Rumbleverse, Saints Row the Third, Samurai Showdown, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Shadow Tactics Blades, Shadow Tactics, Shop Titans, Soma, Sonic Mania, Star Wars Squadrons, Battlefront, Submerged Hidden Depths, Subnautica, which I heard was a good game, Superland, Tannenberg, Terraforming Mars, Psycho Frontier, The Escapist 2, Tiny Tina Assault on Dragon Keep, which I think was a standalone game, Toe Jam and Earl back in the game, The Division 2, Tomb Raider, Total War Warhammer 2 Unrailed, Wildcat Gun Machine, Wolfenstein, The New Order, XCOM 2, and there's also Amazon games that I have a bunch of games for. So we'll show this platform off, not that it's very likely we're going to pick a game from this list, but you never know. 1979 Revolution, Art of Fighting 2, Baseball Stars 2, Breath Edge, Castle on the Coast, Chicken Police, Curse of Castilla, Darksiders War Master Edition, Defend the Rook, Devil May Cry HD Collection, which I do want to check out at some point, Dig, Drawful 2, Dungeon Rushers, Faraway 2, Jungle Escape, Fatal Fury Special, King of Fighters 2000, 2002, 2003, King of the Monsters, The Last Blade 2, Lawn Mowing Simulation again, Layers of Fear, Metal Slug 123X, Polestar, Real Bout, Fatal Fury 2, Newcomers, Samurai Showdown 2, Sengoku 3, Shock Troopers, 40th Anniversary SNK Edition, Tales from the Borderlands, Treachery in Beatdown City, Twinkle Star Sprites, Victor Vran. I always wanted to get this game on the Switch, but it kept getting delayed. Walking Dead Telltale Games, also Season 2, and We the Revolution. Now, there are some new games that I can claim from Prime, so we're going to add those to my library. Only 2. Those are the games on Prime. Now let's check out the Nintendo Switch. So this list on the Nintendo Switch is going to be massive. We got Apex Legends, which I've never played. It is free to play. I can get that on other systems as well. We got Arena of Valor. We got ARMS. We got the Atari 50 Anniversary Collection, Atari Flashback Classics, Bayonetta, Borderlands 2, which I have played with Vince. I still have Bloodstained on the Switch, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Elder Scrolls Blades. This is an interesting one because this is only on the Switch and mobile. I'm still waiting for the day they put Genshin Impact on the Switch, but at least they have it on PlayStation 5. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions, I still haven't had a chance to play, but Robbie 1 Kenobi scored me a deal on this, so I got that. I don't have Bayonetta 3 yet, but I do have Bayonetta 2. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, Borderlands Pre-Sequel Ultimate Edition, so great that they have 3 Borderlands. I'd love to see them somehow put Borderlands 3 on Switch. I guess they feel it's probably not worth doing, but if they do that, I'll play it. If they ever incorporate cross-platform, that would be even better. Bravely Default 2, I originally bought on the Switch. Brawlhalla is free to play, never played it. Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, again, a game that I'd love to play. Coda Princess EX, I know Noobsy does play DC Universe Online. Dauntless, I picked up for Robbie 1 Kenobi. I never played it, however. Darkest Dungeon, I originally got on the Switch and then ended up buying on Steam. Dark Souls Remastered, I bought this game to support From Software that made the game. Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend, this is on my wish list on Steam. This is the Final Fantasy Legend series that were on the Game Boy. 3 great games. Collection of Mana, also a collection of great games, including Secret of Mana. Diablo 3, one of my favorite games of all time. Diablo 2 Resurrected. I love the fact that Diablo 2 has cross progression. So if I take my Switch with me to work, I can play it. If I play on PlayStation, I can play with that. I wish it had cross-platform support, but the fact that you can play with 3 other people on the Switch or 7 other people on PlayStation or PC, I'll take it. Disgaea 1 complete, Disgaea 5, and I have Disgaea 6 on the Switch. I also have Divinity Original Sin 2, and I hear the saves do carry over from PC as well, so that's pretty awesome. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Double Dragon 4, Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle. So this has all of the River City games. I got Doom. I haven't picked up Doom Eternal yet. I do want to support the Switch with that. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I've also picked up. Great game. Dragon Mark for Death. This is a platform that Vince and I play the game on. I haven't actually played with him in a while just because the amount of time that we can play together is super limited now that we're basically working the same shift and I can't stay up as late as I used to. We used to play 7 days a week and this was on our rotation. I also have Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 on Switch, which I can't play on PC. I could play it via emulation on the Steam Deck. Dragon Quest Treasures is exclusive to the Switch currently, and I originally played Dragon Quest 11 on Switch, however I did pick it up on PC, and this is the S version. Got Final Fantasy 7 on the Switch, Final Fantasy 9. I did not pick up 8 yet, which is kind of surprising. I have FIFA 19. I also have 18. I just kept the latest one. Fallout Shelter, Dying Light Platinum Edition. This was a Christmas gift from Rob and Erica in 2021. Dungeon Encounters, interesting little turn-based game. I don't think it's worth $30, but if it goes down to like $10, I'll probably pick it up on Steam. Final Fantasy X, 10-2 HD Remaster was like $50. Same thing with Final Fantasy 12, worth every penny. Fire Emblem Engage, great game. Do want to play it. Fire Emblem Warriors, I do want to sit down and play. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, I want to sit down and play. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I want to sit down and play. Fortnite is also available on the Switch. Friday the 13th, I also own on the Switch, the Ultimate Slasher Edition. This was just announced on Wednesday, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. You do need that expansion pass for Nintendo Switch Online, which is $80. I will pay $40 a year for people. I'm not going to pay $80. If somebody wants to help contribute to that, I'll gladly get the expansion pass. Has Been Heroes I have had bundled with my Switch since day one. Played it, not that great of a game, but still my system. Hulu, which is kind of surprising to have on here. Got Kirby Star Allies. I need to get the new one at some point. Got Jeopardy, which Beth loves to play. I know Champions of Forgotten Realms also is on the Switch. I Am Setsuna. Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which means that the original Hyrule Warriors did well enough to get a sequel. Lego City Undercover. Donovan loved this game, so he had me buy it for him for Christmas one year. Luigi's Mansion 3, also a solid game. Haven't had a chance to really play it yet, but I do want to sit down and do that. Just like I want to get Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I already have Kingdom Battle. Great game. Need to sit down and play it. Mario Kart 8. One of the trolliest games because people can just gang up on me and can never get first place in that game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I wish more people had on the Switch. This is an amazing game, and I'm glad you can still play this online. It is a Switch exclusive. This is why you have multiple platforms. Mega Man 11. I also have physical. Metroid Dread. Great game. I am going to be getting Metroid Prime on the 21st, so expect me to stream that at some point. We also got Mercenary Saga Chronicles. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy Tactics, if you're a fan of Fire Emblem, you'll love this game. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, as well as the Mega Man Legacy Collection. Modern Combat Blackout I actually got for free. It was a sponsored game from Gameloft. Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate I recently got because it was on sale for like $12. And Brian Amzinski gave me a Nintendo Switch gift card for the second year in a row, so thank you, Brian, for letting me have this game. Monster Hunter Rise, one of my favorite games to play and probably the most played game on the Switch, as I have almost 200 hours on this game. I also have Monster Hunter Stories 2, which I need to sit down and play on both PC and Switch. And I do have Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch because I felt it was cool that NetherRealm supported the game on the Switch. I wish they would put X and 9 and maybe some of the older Mortal Kombats on here. I wish they'd put Injustice 1 and 2 on here. I think they would do the thing justice if they did that. NBA Playgrounds. Not the greatest game out there, but I still have it because it was the original from Saber. NBA 2K23 I recently got for $25. Seems like every 2 years I buy an NBA game. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 I originally bought on the Switch. Got Namco Museum, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Nintendo 64 and Nintendo Switch Online, Octopath Traveler. Haven't decided fully if I want to get it on Switch or Steam because the Switch does have a better battery life. It does have OLED, even though I prefer to play it docked. So I probably should get it on Steam for the 60 FPS, but we'll see. Overwatch 2 I just never played it. Pokemon Cafe Remix I've never touched. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Pinball FX3, Paper Mario Origami King, me and Lydia both have. Got Paladins, never played it. Pac-Man 99, got it, never played it. Pokemon Home. Pokemon Legends Arceus, great game. Pokemon Quest, haven't played it. Scarlet, great game. Kind of stuck, need to get some help on that. Pokemon Shield, Pokemon Shining Pearl, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Unite, probably will not play, but it is on my system. Pokemon Violet, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I still need to pick up Pikachu at some point. Pokken Tournament DX, Chris and I need to play at some point when I come to California again. Puyo Puyo Tetris, Sea of Stars demo I still need to check out. Saints Row the 4th, got for like $3. Rocket League's on the Switch. River City Ransom, classic. Originally came out on Nintendo, had to buy it remastered. Got Risk, got Puzzle Quest The Legend Returns. I had to support this game because I love Puzzle Quest. Got the Sega Genesis Classics, which, why do I need this if I have this? Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Shining Resonance Reframe, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Still need to pick up Splatoon 3, but I do have 2. Sonic Mania, Smite, Slay the Spire, great card game. Still haven't really sat down to play it. Skullgirls Second Encore was kind of shitty on the Switch. Hopefully they've improved it. Sid Meier's Civilization 6 to play it on the go. Stern Pinball Arcade. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Streets of Rage 4. This is where I've gotten the most playtime on Streets of Rage. I wish that they had 4-player online co-op, as I feel that would drastically improve the replay value. Got Super Kirby Clash. Super Mario 3D All-Stars was a collection of very classic Mario games. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I got Still haven't had a chance to play it with Lydia. Hope to very soon. Tales of Vesperia, Sword Art Online Hollow Realization, Smash Bros. Ultimate, a classic. You can't get that anywhere, which is why it's good to have the Switch. Various games on Super Nintendo Online, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Maker 2. Kind of bummed they don't have the original one, but you could get a Wii U or a 3DS and play it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge supports up to 6 players online. Cross-platform is definitely huge, and when I do hang out with Lydia, we'll definitely have to get together with Robbie One Kenobi and Vince that Friday or Saturday night and have a nice go-around on that. Cowabunga Collection I also want to play. Tetris 99, Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which I still haven't picked up on other platforms. Great game. I think I'd enjoy this more if I had other people to play with me. Got Elder Scrolls Skyrim. This is still a classic because it has Zelda stuff in it, and it's exclusive to this version. And it runs great. 30 FPS, handles it fine. We got Breath of the Wild. I will be getting Tears of the Kingdom. And Torchlight 2 and 3 I also picked up on the Switch, as well as Titan Quest, where I originally had it. Wonderful 101 Remastered, got it, haven't really checked it out. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. They ported it to the Switch, I supported it. Pinball Arcade, I got Link's Awakening. Still need to pick up Skyward Sword. I also have Trials of Mana. I don't have that on Steam yet, but I did pick up Trials of Mana originally on the Switch and on PlayStation 4. Triangle Strategy I originally picked up on Switch. Trivial Pursuit Live, another great game to play with Lydia and Beth. I don't know why Twitch is on the Switch, but it is, because most people have cell phones, I guess for kids that want to watch games. Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers. I love that they remastered Street Fighter 2 for the Switch. I wish they'd do that for 4. I feel that Street Fighter 4 could be handled on the Switch, maybe one day. Also have Warframe, Wheel of Fortune, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, WWE 2K18, which was the only WWE game that was on the Switch, which is kind of surprising. XCOM 2 Collection, Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. I still need to get the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. However, amazing RPGs that you guys definitely need to check out. Also got YouTube on the Switch, Wise 9, and Wise 8. Alright, so now we're heading over to the PlayStation side of things. So you can see I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I still need to sit down and play. Axiom Verge 2. I really wanted to get the original Axiom Verge for the Switch at some point. Back 4 Blood I originally played on PlayStation, so I got more progress on there. Cross progression is not supported, however cross-platform is, and I think it was a great game. If they have a sequel, I will definitely check it out. Borderlands 3, I think I paid $15 for to get it digitally. Worth every penny. Now it does have cross-platform play, so I can play with people like Menma, and I would love to do that at some point. Cyberpunk 2077 I originally got for PlayStation 4. Diablo 2 Resurrected I definitely had to pick up, and I digitalized my copy of Diablo 3 when Diablo 2 Resurrected was available as a bundle because I wanted to support both games. Destiny 2 has been available for a long time. It used to only have 30 FPS on the PS4. Now it has 60. And this was one of the games that Chris also wanted to play at some point, so I wouldn't be against playing it. Demon's Souls is a PlayStation exclusive, so the fact that they made it again for the PS5 is awesome. Premium either. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance would be cool to play this game with other people, so if you own the game, let me know. Dying Light 2 Stay Human I do have on PlayStation 5. If it supports cross-platform play, that would be cool. Elden Ring, however, does not, but there are a lot of people that do have Elden Ring on PlayStation. I wouldn't mind playing with some of you guys. FIFA 22 is last year's game they offered for free. Final Fantasy VII Remake, they did offer for free, but I have a physical version, which does entitle you to some DLC, and Final Fantasy 14 I also have on PlayStation because I support the game. Grand Theft Auto 5 I also have on PlayStation. Anybody that owned a physical copy got the digital version for PS5 for free. Godfall I got from Rainmaker.gg for free because I'm a 2K content creator. God of War Ragnarok I only streamed once. Do you want to get more time onto that? Genshin Impact was a great game, but I felt it was a little dry on content for the first year, so I stopped playing it. Also have Fortnite on PlayStation 5. I don't play it, but I wouldn't be totally against it if people wanted me to play it. Hades I originally got on PlayStation 5, need to sit down and play it. Injustice 2 I've had for years. I paid $5 to digitalize my copy. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition they gave out free on PlayStation Plus, but I do have a physical copy of the game. Marvel's Avengers I paid money to digitalize it before they stopped supporting it. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered I got digitally because I also own Miles Morales. Monster Hunter Rise was a day one pre-order. It was $40. worth every penny. I play with Mr. Allgamer and Menma, and if you guys want to play it with me, I would love to team up with you. Mortal Kombat 11, I think I paid $15 to digitalize. It's worth every penny because there are people I play with, including Sharky. Only problem with PS5 and PS4, you have to be on the same platform to King of the Hill, and I fucking hate that. Mortal Kombat XL I got for free on the PlayStation Essential Collection, but I do have a physical copy still. NBA 2K22 I got $25, Christmas 2021. Same thing with NHL 22, it was on sale for $25. These are last year's games. You saw I had 2K23 and 21 on the Switch. I also had 19 and 18. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl I got free for PlayStation 5. Overwatch 2 is free on every system. Path of Exile is free, which for some reason is not the PS5 version. That's odd. Tales of Arise I originally bought on PlayStation 5. Probably should have just bought it on Steam. Stranger Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. I played this game once. I do like it. Need to sit down and play it some more. Skyrim, I think this is the Legendary Edition they remastered for PS5, not the Anniversary Edition, which I still need to get at some point. Scarlet Nexus I also picked up on PlayStation first. Tekken 7, classic game. I don't have all the DLC on PlayStation, but it was definitely worth picking up for $5 digital. Elder Scrolls Online I also picked up. I think I'm behind 1 or 2 expansions on PlayStation, about 1 expansion behind on PC. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I don't think I have the complete edition remastered stuff, but I did get the PS5 upgrade. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I am a 2K content creator, so I got the game for free. Warframe, also a classic game. I haven't played it in a while, but supposedly cross-platform support is coming, so I really can't wait to migrate all my Amazon Prime stuff that I have on either Switch or PC onto one system. Warhammer Chaos Bane, I also picked up. I wish more people played this game as well. And WWE 2K22. This game is also available in PlayStation Plus Premium. I don't know. I like being able to play custom music, so I think 2K23, unless they add it to PlayStation Plus Premium, I think it'll be the first year I'm going to skip it on the console, because I love the custom music. I wish they'd bring that back. As far as games on the actual PS4 storage, I got King's Tale, Final Fantasy 15, haven't played it. Abyss Odyssey, I played a couple times, wasn't a huge fan. Anthem, that game was a dud. And Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was one of the older PS4 games. Assassin's Creed Odyssey I also have. And I have Assassin's Creed Unity. Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1 and 2. Great series if you like to play old school Atari games. Batman Return to Arkham, Arkham City. This was kind of just remaking City and Asylum. Then Arkham Knight was on the PS4. Battlefield 1 I think was a plus game for free. Bloodborne is a plus game, but I have it physical as well. Great game. Borderlands Handsome Collection had 2 and pre-sequel. And then Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, I bought physical as a GameStop exclusive for like $30. Still wanted to support Borderlands. Bound by Flame was an older PS4 game. It's okay. Nothing to brag about. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. This I obviously got from Plus. Great pickup. Call of Duty Warzone I did buy as well. Although I think it was free on PlayStation. I did buy it on PC. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and 4 I own. 3 was in Plus. 4 I have physical. Brawlhalla, never played it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered I did pick up to support. Call of Duty World War II I also owned. I think I had it on PS3 as well. Child of Light is a good RPG. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, haven't played it. It's on my Plus library. Curse of the Dead Gods, same thing, is in my library, haven't played it. Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition and Dead Island Definitive Edition I did pick up on PS4, even though they were available on PS3. Kind of cool that they remastered them. DC Universe Online. For some reason, I don't have Dark Souls on here. I think that was on PS3. Or they have a remastered edition. I just never picked it up for PlayStation. Dead Nation Apocalypse was kind of a PS4 launch game. You could also stream it to the Vita, which is cool. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. I never bought the game, even though it says I have a disc. Detroit Becomes Human was a free game on the Essential Collection. Disgaea 5 Alliance of Vengeance I did support on PlayStation. Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I didn't like this game. And I don't know if it was too hard for me or I didn't understand it, because I did sit down and play Divinity 2 with Vince, and I liked that one more. Devil May Cry Definitive Edition I did pick up. I did pick up the 2016 Doom, along with Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 3. Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, that was a good game. I played it with Scotty B a little bit. Dragon Ball Fighter Z I did pick up on PlayStation. Dragon Fantasy The Black Tomb is a good RPG. It's made by the same company that made Rainbow Moon. Dragon Quest Heroes. This is a game that I do want to check out at some point. point, sit down and play a bit. And obviously Dragon Quest X I picked up on PlayStation. Dragon's Crown Pro, great game. I think I paid like $4 for it. I loved it on PS3, and I loved that they remastered it on PS4. Dungeon Defenders 2. The original Dying Light I do have on PlayStation. It's one of the few games I played with Ashley from Clickless at Kroger. UFC 3 and UFC 4. Surprised they don't have a new UFC. They don't make those every year. Enter the Gungeon I heard was a great game. Fallout 4. I bought the collector's edition with that Pip-Boy. Fallout 76 they gave out for Plus last month. Far Cry 4. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD was one they released before Final Fantasy 15. It was alright. Final Fantasy 7 before they remastered. This was the PS2 version at 15 or 30 FPS. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, again I have it for PS5, but it's still on the console. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, I think I bought on like 5 different platforms. Final Fantasy 15 they gave out for free, but I bought the premium edition. God of War 3 Remastered, cool to have on PlayStation. God of War, not the latest one, cool to have. Gauntlet I picked up on PlayStation 4. For Honor's free to play now, whatever. Wasn't that great of a game. Final Fantasy 12 The Zodiac Age Classic. Demo for Octopath 2 looks... See, I didn't get the demo yet. Grand Kingdom was a free game. Grand Theft Auto 4, I have it on 4 for some reason. Greedfall they gave out free. Hasbro Family Fun Pack was on PlayStation 4. I forget what was on it. Helldivers was a game that Napa wanted me to get. I just couldn't get into it. Just Cause 4 and 3, great games on Plus. I even have Jeopardy on PlayStation 4. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. This was available in the PlayStation 5 bundle. And I have Hollow Knight, haven't checked it out. Kingdom of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Haven't had a chance to really sit down and play it, but they did offer it on Plus. Little Big Planet 3. God damn, that was a long time ago. That was almost a launch game, and they haven't come out with a sequel yet, which is surprising. Which shows that the popularity of the game must have dwindled, just like with Twisted Metal, which kind of sucks. Lords of the Fallen was kind of an older Dark Souls style of game. Miles Morales on PS5. I don't know why it's in the PS4 storage. That's kind of weird. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Great series of games. I'm glad they put all of them on PlayStation and not just 2 and 3. Great to see this collection. Mighty Number 9 was kind of a Mega Man remix. Haven't really sat down to play it. I think they offered it free at one point too. Middle Earth Shadow of War they did offer for free. Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Mega Man Legacy collection. You can see I have a bigger collection of them on the Switch. I even have Minecraft on PlayStation 4. MLB Show the 20. Monster Hunter World Iceborne you get from the PlayStation Essential Collection. NHL 20. Persona 5. I think I paid $10 for, but it's also was available in the PlayStation 5 bundle, and then they took it out. Pure Chess. I love chess. Don't have anybody to play with. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare I got from Erica in 2018 or 2019. Pinball Arcade and Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis recently got released on PlayStation 5 in January, just before Monster Hunter Rise came out, so cool to see. PGA Tour 2K21 was free. Puzzle Quest, I love the game, had to pick it up. Qbert Rebooted was free. Rainbow Moon was actually on PlayStation 4 and Vita, also a really good RPG that you guys should check out. Ratchet and Clank, I think I got free. Rayman Legends was also free. Rocket League, Rocket Arena. Resogun was like an old school launch PS4 game. If you like the style of game, you just shoot stuff out of a ship, I recommend it. The original Resident Evil they offered for free. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I think it was in the PlayStation Essential Collection. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I only have this on PlayStation. I want to pick it up on PC eventually. I've seen it on sale for half off. Sometimes I just haven't pulled the trigger. Shadow of the Tomb Raider they offered for free. Skyrim I actually bought physical, same thing with B-Money. Slay the Spire was available on Plus. Smite's free to play. Street Fighter 5 I originally bought on PlayStation, but I primarily play it on PC. I don't really play fighters like I used to. Although when I do throw down Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, and Tekken, I prefer it 4. Stern Pinball Arcade was kind of a launch PS4 thing digital. Soul Calibur 6 I mostly play on PC with Vince, but I did originally buy it for PlayStation, and we have played that version. Sonic Mania. Sonic Forces, I haven't bought the new Sonic game, but this one was available free. Subnautica I got. Tales of Zestria I got. Tetris Ultimate. Elder Scrolls Online, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Witch and the Hundred Knight, Last of Us Remastered as part of the PlayStation 5 collection. Same thing with Last Guardian. King of Fighters 14. I haven't bought 15 yet. Titan Quest I originally bought for PlayStation 4 before I got it for the Switch. Got the original Tom Clancy's Division on PlayStation 4. Bought Trials of Mana first on PlayStation 4, then I bought it on Switch. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 I had originally for the Vita, then got it for PS4, then got it for Steam. Ultra Street Fighter 4 used to be on PS3, got remastered to PS4. Again, I don't know why it's not on the Switch. I think it would do well. Wheel of Fortune was with Jeopardy. Watch Dogs was bought a long time ago. Virtua Fighter 5 was PlayStation Plus. Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection was part of the PlayStation Essential, along with Uncharted 4. Wolfenstein The New Order, World of Final Fantasy, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, and you can see I bought every single version of WWE, so I'm a huge fan of the games. And rounding off is Zen Pinball. So this video took over 50 minutes to make, which is why it took me forever to get it out, but Daylight and others have been bugging me to see what games I have to play. So now you have a reference. For any further additions, check me out on Twitch. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!
I'm better than you, and you know it.